So hello everyone, this is lecture 36 for the solid state physics. In the last lecture we completed the packing fraction section and completely we understood the packing fraction thing. In today's lecture there will be this lecture and one more lecture, then our solid state will be completed. So today we will study about the XRD, that is X-ray diffraction. So what is this? This XRD is an experimental technique used to determine the type of lattice and lattice parameters. So this is an experiment technique which we use to determine that what kind of lattice the crystal have, okay, and what are the parameters, or means we can find the BCC, FCC and all kind of lattice and hexagon and all. So using this experiment, so how we can see, you know about the diffraction pattern, okay, and that is unique for different kind of crystals. So if you have some crystal here and you put a light on it and it will be reflected, scattered, and this scattering of light will give you diffraction pattern and you will observe that. So it will be different for different crystals and this pattern contains the information about the crystal. So that's why this experiment used to determine the type of lattice and lattice parameters, because diffraction pattern will be unique for different crystals. See, if this is an atom and these are electrons, so if we apply the light here, so this will be the photon of energy h nu. So either it will break down this electron from the orbit, or it will just make it vibrate. So how we determine that what will happen? So if h nu is greater than the binding energy of the electron, then the atom will be ionized, electron will removed. But when it is less than binding energy, then scattering will took place. So this is our case, which is important. Okay. So when you apply this energy, then electron will vibrate at this position and it will emit the again the photon, and that rays will be observed, means they will be of different part difference and they will interfere, okay, and that interference will be our diffraction pattern, okay, because of two different rays. So we will observe that diffraction pattern, and they can be constructively interfere or destructively interfere. So if the part difference is means you can take it as a phase difference between those two waves. If it will be in the form of 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, then we will have the constructive interference, and if it will be in the form of 1 pi, 3 pi, 5 pi and all, so it will be destructive interference. So this will be our phase difference delta. So pi 3 pi will give you destructive, and 0 2 pi 4 pi and all, it will give you constructive. So this constructive and destructive will give us the information about the crystal, so we will see about it. And this is an atom, then it will scatter the light to all the directions and we can observe in any direction, okay. So what will be the important factor here which can be asked in the exam paper? So I will tell you only that. So whatever I am telling you, just to remember only that, you don't need to go into the very deep here. So this, remember this relation first, and before that let me introduce you with this F. This is nothing but atomic scattering factor. So remember this is a ratio of amplitude of light from an atom divided by amplitude of light from an electron. So this ratio give you a small f. This is atomic scattering factor. So remember this expression. Now there is this S. So this S is nothing but sum of this. N effective is total number of atoms inside a unit cell, effective number of atoms inside a unit cell. So if it will be 2, then we will take the all two atoms and its coordinates will be x1 y1 z1, x2 y2 z2 for 1 and 2, and you can use that HKL plane, okay. For any plane you will have the Miller indices, so you can determine things. So we will see what we can determine from these expressions. Just remember these expressions only, okay. It is e to the power 2 pi iota hxn plus kyn plus l zn. So these x and y and zn are the coordinates of the different effective number of atoms. If it will be 3 atoms inside the unit cell, then it will be x1 y2 z2, x2 y2 z2, x3 y3 z3, okay. So see this graph also. This atomic scattering factor varies with sine theta by lambda as this, and this z cut is atomic number, okay. So is this, okay. So this is the expression. Just remember this graph, okay, not that much important, but it can be used in the exam. So this S is geometric structure factor. Remember this S also. So this is nothing but amplitude of light from a unit cell and amplitude of light from a electron. So this will be our this S. So these two S's are different. Okay, this S is something like this. You can make it like dollar. Look, it look like that. Okay, so this is this, and this S is geometric structure factor. So this is this. And see, inside a unit cell you can see these faces. So light can diffract like this from this plane also, from this plane also, and these reflecting or scattered light will go to interfere or give us a diffraction pattern. So that pattern will be studied. So that's how they diffract, okay, from different planes of the unit cell. So let's see the important things here. This N effective is nothing but effective number of atoms inside a unit cell. This effective, N effective is effective number of atoms inside a unit cell, and XYZ are the position coordinates of N effective atoms. So when I will give you example, you will understand the more about it. So for part difference pi 3 phi, we will have S equal to 0. Okay, and when S equal to 0, we will say that plane is absent. Okay, just remember this, that if S came out to be 0, we will say plane is absent. And when delta equal to came out is part difference is 0 2 pi, and we are having constructive interference, so S won't be equal to 0 and plane will be present. So what plane we are talking about? These are the plane of which we have these HKL. So these HKL. So we will take any Miller indices of any plane and we will substitute here, and if we will get S0, then that plane of which we put the Miller indices, so that plane will be absent. And if it came out to be non-zero, then we will say that that plane is present. Okay. So for crystal, this capital F, that was small f, this is capital F. This is called the crystal structure factor, and this is equal to this small f multiply that dollar sign. So this F multiply, this is nothing but E2 pi iota. I already give you this expression. So this is the product of this, F equal to this. Now see what will be the intensity. Intensity is nothing but square of this F. Intensity of light will be F square. When capital F equal to 0, then intensity will be 0. Then we will say that planes are absent, those HKL planes I was talking about. Okay. When F is not equal to 0, then we will say that I is not equal to 0, intensity won't be equal to 0. So planes are present. Okay. Because we are having some light, that's why we say that plane is present, because intensity is non-zero. Now let's see what kind of question can be asked from all these expressions. It will be just that if any plane, it will be asked that plane is present or not, or absent or not, for different kind of structures. So this is you need to remember. Let's see first for the simple cubic. For simple cubic, we know N effective is nothing but 1, and we assume that this one atom is at this origin. So coordinate will be 0 0 0. So from this expression, this F will remain same, and this will be, you will substitute x y z as 0 0 0. So it will give you 1 here. So you will get capital F equal to small f for this simple cubic. And intensity is nothing but F square, and this small f is never gonna be 0. So that's why this I is not equal to 0. So we will say that all planes will be present, because this I will always be non-zero. That's why we are saying that all planes are present for any value of HKL, because if you put 0 0 here, then it won't be depending on the planes. So in simple cubic, remember that all planes will be present. If we talk about BCC, effective number of atoms will be 2. So you know in BCC you have 2 atoms, and you will assume that position of the BCC atoms, effective atoms, we assume that one will be here and one at the center. So this will coordinate have 0 0 0, and this will have 1 by 2 1 by 2 1 by 2. So these will be the 2 effective atoms. So we will substitute these values inside this expression. So for first one we will get 0 0 0, and it will be 1, and for it is a sum. That's why now we will take the second value. X is 1 by 2, y is 1 by 2, z is 1 by 2. So h by 2, k by 2, l by 2. So 2 will take out common, and it will give you pi I HKL. So we'll get this expression. F is nothing but F multiply 1 plus E pi iota H plus K plus L. So this is the expression for BCC structures. Now let's see if any plane is present or absent, how we can determine that. So let's say we have this plane 1 0 0. So we'll check for this. So if we substitute this here, then it will be 1 0 0. We'll get e to the power pi iota. So e to the pi iota is nothing but cos pi plus I sin pi. That will give you only cos pi. Sin pi will be 0. So cos pi is nothing but minus 1. So value of this whole term will be minus 1. So 1 minus 1 will be 0. So we get f equal to 0. The intensity will be 0. So we will say that plane is absent. Now we will check for 1 1 0. Then it will be 1 plus 1 plus 0. So 2 plus 0. So 2 pi iota will give us 1 plus 1. Just solve it that way. Cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. You will get 1 plus 1. So 2f. So it is non-zero. So we will say that plane is present. Same we check about 1 1 1. Then we will say that it will be 1 plus 1 plus 1 3 pi iota. So it will be cos 3 pi will be minus 1. So again it will be 0. So plane is absent. So we can frame some formulas here, rules here. So if sum of these HKL is odd, then we see that it is always absent. This is 3, sum of these all will be 3, so it will be absent. Here it is 1 plus 1 2 even, so plane will be present. So we will say that if H plus K plus L are odd, then plane will be absent. If H plus K plus L is even, then it will be present. So these will be very helpful in the exam. You can directly just add the HKL and you will see that if that plane is present or not, okay, inside the unit cell. So remember these rules. Now let's see for the FCC structure. So for FCC we know effective number of atoms are 4. So this is this. So let's say this will be all on the faces. So these 4 atoms we will take as at this origin, and one at this face, one at this face, one at this face. So we will take these 4 atoms. So coordinates will be 0 0 0. This will be x, y, z. So it will be 1 by 2 1 by 2 0, and this will have x as 0, so 0 1 by 2 1 by 2, and this will have 1 by 2 0 1 by 2. Okay, so these 4 1 2 3 4, these are the effective number of atoms and these their coordinates. So we will just substitute in this formula and take the sum. So it will give you this f equal to small f 1 plus e pi iota h plus k, e pi iota k plus l, and this. Okay, now if you try to solve, then you will get the same. Let me give you just rules here. If HKL are mixed, what is the meaning of mix? Means this HKL will have odd and even terms. Means like 1 0 0, 0 1 1. Okay, means in that, let me give you the example. HKL are mixed, then it's like this. Inside you have one even term and 2 odd terms. One even term, 2 even terms, 1 odd term. So we will call this mix. Okay, and if all are even and all are odd, then we will call it unmixed. Okay, so for if HKL are mixed, then we will say that plane is absent. Okay, and if HKL are unmixed, then we will say that plane is present. So unmixed means all are only odd or only even. Means all terms should be like this: 2 0 0 all are even, 3 1 1 all are odd. So there plane will be present. Okay, if you substitute these values here, you will get the same answer. Means for these you will get f equal to 0, and for these you will get f something. So just remember these rules and you can directly find the if plane is present or absent. Now let's see for the diamond cubic. Question can be asked from here also. So here if HKL are mixed, you know mixed means odd and even terms containing. So we'll say that plane is absent. And if it is now in the unmixed, we have 2 types. Either it can be odd unmixed or even unmixed. Okay, like this. This is odd unmixed, this is even unmixed. So there is difference here also. So if it is odd unmixed, then planes will be present, and if HKL are even unmixed, then H plus K plus L should be multiple of 4. Okay, only then we will say that plane is present, otherwise it will be absent for the even case. So let's see some examples. This 1 0 0, this is mixed case, odd and even, so plane will be absent. Here it is also mixed, so absent. All are odd, so plane will be present. Now all are even, but this sum 2 plus 0 plus 0 2 is not a multiple of 4, so we'll say plane is absent. Here it is a mix, so it will be absent. Here it is mix again, so absent. Now sum, it is even unmixed, so 2 plus 2 4, it is a multiple of 4, so we'll say that plane is present. Now it is a mix, so we'll say plane is absent. These are all are odd, so it will be unmixed, so we'll say plane is present. So remember this. Now let's see this NaCl structure. For NaCl structure, you can see that this is a face-centered cubic structure we have, so it will follow the FCC rule. What was the FCC rule? This. If it is mixed, then it will be absent. If it is unmixed, then plane will be present. Okay. So it will follow the same rule. If it is mixed, it will be absent. If it is unmixed, then present. And if it is unmixed, then we have different intensity. Means we can find that for HCl, if it is even unmixed, the intensity will be 16 FCl plus FNA ka whole square. And if it is odd unmixed, then I will be 16 FCl minus FNA whole square. Now for the KCl structure, rule will be only even HCl are present. Means when there will be all are even, only those planes are present, otherwise other planes are absent. So for CSCl structure, it follows the simple cubic rule. Just remember this, okay, that it follows the simple cubic rule. And in simple cubic, all planes are present. You know that. I already proved this. All planes will be present in the simple cubic. So intensity, how you can find? If H plus K plus L is even, the intensity will be this, FCS plus FCl whole square. If H plus K plus L is odd, then I will be FCS minus FCl square. So remember these formulas, very important. In the today's lecture, the last topic is Bragg's law. So you heard about this, maybe. So let's see what is this. So it relates actually the things.